Big picture-wise, I am really interested in looking at how parents function and how that impacts their parenting behaviors. I specifically am interested in substance use behaviors and understanding not only why substance use is associated with either aggressive parenting behaviors or neglectful parenting behaviors, but also the underlying mechanisms from their individual functioning to their social environment to also their physical environment. And so when you look at my research, it spans everything from looking at how individuals are functioning with their mental health all the way up to looking at environmental drug market factors and medical marijuana dispensaries. I'm really interested in this full spectrum. Whether or not a child was reunified with a parent or kept in the home was really dependent on the parent's functioning. And if the parent wasn't able to function or they weren't in an environment that sustained that ability to appropriately care for the child, then the case went awry. Kids didn't return home, kids were removed from home, and we didn't really know much about how to help the parent. It's actually really fun because I get to see undergrads and doctoral students and master's students and seeing their different takes on the same issue. I like to actually show the process of the struggle with the students, and for better or worse, because a lot of the students come to me regardless of what level they're at, thinking that research is this linear, simple process. So, and the common phrase is well, if I'm struggling, I'm probably not getting it. And I'm like, no, I've been doing this a long time, and you're watching me struggle right now because building new ideas is hard. And so for mentoring, I think it's the same way. I can't be everything to any student. I have my limitations. But when I create a team, people learn from each other. And it creates a sense of camaraderie. And especially if you can create an environment where it's okay to make mistakes and people can show their vulnerabilities. And that's when the best learning happens, not only cognitively, but then there's these non-cognitive skills around motivation and self-confidence and the things that really carry us through in this field. Perseverance. That one's a big one. I don't know, I like it. The piece right now that I'm really interested in exploring is thinking beyond just how the parents function, but then also how their immediate social network or environment impacts their behaviors and how their larger physical environment impacts that. Because drug use isn't uncontrolled all the time. Addiction that we see, that we often associate with the most severe kind of behaviors, is 5% of the population. So what's happening to the other 95%? And what does that mean? And how can we intervene before it gets to this most extreme end where we're seeing a lot of the things that pop up in the news, like parents overdosing and leaving a small child in the back of the car for 2 days. That's at the extreme of an opioid addiction. How do we intervene early where it's not so punitive or oppressive that we can intervene in a socially just manner, help the parent without severing the ties to the child, but keeping everybody safe? I mean, it's a lofty goal, but that's where my ideas really are centered around.